So that could easily be correlated to the challenge that this particular role that I took on, I addressed as I went along, which was basically to see how we can really create a very strong brand in the IoT space. Now, you have to understand that a lot of this is never done before, right? Like creating a very strong brand in a niche space in a country like India, for instance, or APAC for that matter. So you had a lot of startups that were competing with each other, which were not really paying too much attention to marketing and branding efforts. They were more, field sales driven, so to say. So I decided to take a slight deviation from there, primarily in terms of making sure that we create a very credible brand that could, be monetized in the future. That is the priority that I addressed as I took on this particular role. The second thing, of course, is that there is a lot of people, or rather, there were a lot of companies in this space who are not really doing too many things, but they were creating a lot of noise, right? So they had saturated the messaging that was there in the market, and we were left with the challenge in terms of pushing a signal through all this noise that was created. So we had to identify the right partners, we had to identify the right places where we would be going and connecting with our audiences, and we'd also figure out what exactly is it that we'd say so that we'd appear different from our competitors. At the same time, we'd also communicate value to these folks. So all this was supposed to be done in a time period of a year, but I was able to wrap up this exercise in a matter of just over 180 days or 6 months rather. In that time, we had a strong brand. Most of the people who were supposed to know us had known us or had touched base with us at least at one point in time. We even had some really interesting sort of inquiries coming in from companies that wanted to invest in us as well, which is a clear indication that a marketing effort has really worked, so to say. And the last thing, of course, is that the clear indicator of success is when your competitors start aping your success or your tactics, actually. So I could see that clearly happening in terms of a lot of folks coming and resonating our message, or rather replicating our messaging and going in some cases verbatim as well. So that was a big sort of a vindication of all the efforts that have gone in, and it was really a challenging endeavor, but it was also something that was extremely satisfying to know that there was no backing that I got at that point in time due to various reasons. The fact that we were a small company and we were trying to get a lot of things done in a short period in time. So I was pretty much on my own, and I had to figure out the whole thing, and that's a lesson that I've learned, and that's something that I would like to communicate with other marketers as well, to help them as well understand that this is not something that you can learn through a book or learn in a day or even 6 months for that matter. You have to really go out there and spend your day in the sun, scorching sun, so to say, to really figure out what really would make a huge difference for your business and how does the money really come in.